You cannot serve Jesus and money. In Matthew chapter 6 verse 24, Jesus says, "No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon." The Greek strong definition for the word mammon is wealth. In this specific verse, it's using the word mammon in the sense of riches. Jesus says in the beginning of verse 24 that no one can serve two masters. This shows that money can become someone's master just as God is the master of many. But how? How can money become the master of someone's life? In 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 10 it says, "For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they erred from the faith, and pierced themselves through with many sorrows." This verse shows word for word how money can become someone's master. It says first, the love of money is the root of all evil, which means when you are in love with money, it takes God's role in your heart and in your mind, because it becomes what you put first in your life. Second, it continues to say, "Which while some coveted after," in the Greek lexicon translates to give oneself up to the love of money. After you have fallen in love with money, you have now given over your life to the desire and love to acquire money. We see this happen every day, from famous artists to people working countless of hours to keep up with social media statuses. You are now surrendering your life not to God, but to using all your time to satisfy a world that does not care for you as God does. Third, it says they have erred from the faith, which in the Greek lexicon translates to go astray, to stray away from. We see this so often as well. People straying away from the God that set them free to a tangible item that will not redeem their soul. Now that we know and understand why Jesus says no man can serve two masters and how money can become someone's master, we must now ask ourselves, how can we avoid this as followers of Christ? How can we live in this world, work for money, and have big goals and dreams without allowing the love of money to corrupt us? Jesus explains how in chapter 6 as well, and it is by laying up our treasures in heaven. In Matthew chapter 6 verses 19 through 21, Jesus says, "Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust do corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust do corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." We are told by Jesus the path to avoid being corrupted by money is laying up our treasures in heaven with Him. Remind yourself daily that even though you have goals and dreams, that it is not worth your stress, your time, and most importantly, not your heart. God is a provider, and in times of need, He will provide. Trust in Him when times get tough, and do not compromise with this world. Do not allow your heart to be corrupted by money. Remind yourselves to keep your treasures stored in Jesus and His kingdom, for as He says in chapter 6, verse 21, "For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also."